Now, I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about judging. Now, none of us would like to think that we were judgers. None of us would like to think we were judgmental. And if we thought we were judgmental, we would all want to change. Isn't that true? We don't want to be like that. I mean, we know that we've needed mercy. We expect others to have also a need of God's mercy. So, I think we would try to change that. Judging can be habit forming. And sometimes the habit can be so ingrained that we don't even know we're doing it. It can become a way of life. So we want to avoid that. The holiest people I know always excuse the sins of others. They refuse to condemn. They won't do it. I know one person, you can't make her say anything bad about anyone. It can be a sport. You can try, just for fun. See if you can, well, what about this? Isn't this the most horrible person you've ever seen? She will find something to say that's compassionate and kind and loving. They always seek to mitigate for the failures of others. They'll say, yes, this person is getting it wrong, but there may be very good reasons, and we don't understand the whole picture. This is what holy people do. They behave like Jesus. They view everyone with compassion, like I tried to do on that one day. It's always best, so unsuccessfully. Oh, look. We were talking about my unsuccessful attempt to be holy, and God answered. He's saying, you remember that, Ann? I'm just waiting and enjoy the music. It's always best to go to the catechism, and we will never have a conflict between the catechism and love. There's never going to be a conflict between our catechism and love. Here's what the catechism says about judging. It says, although we can judge that an act is in itself a grave offense, we must entrust judgment of persons to the justice and mercy of God. Although we can judge that an act is in itself a grave offense, we must entrust judgment of persons to the justice and mercy of God. So, we'll usually know mortal sin when we're looking at it. But we entrust the person to the justice and mercy of God. We can say that lying is wrong, but we cannot make a judgment against everyone who tells a lie. We can say that stealing is wrong, but we cannot make a judgment against everybody who steals. Indeed, we can say that judging is wrong, but we cannot make a judgment against everybody who judges. Judging is like the chicken pox. It spreads. Some people can rejoice freely in the unique call for others. Some other people are intolerant of anyone who looks different from themselves. We must all target this as an area for work, all of us, and hold ourselves to a very high standard in terms of judging. It's the right thing to do. Many times, our brothers and sisters are struggling with enormous crosses. And maybe we've never had to carry that cross. So we can't possibly understand how difficult it is for them. I was recently talking to two women, and there was a concern about one of the daughters. And she had a new baby, and she was struggling. And the one mother said, she needs a kick in the backside. It was Ireland. That's how they talk. And I said, oh, wow, why? What kinds of things is she doing that she needs a kick in the backside? I mean, that's how we talk there. And, well, she's seeing a psychiatrist because she's been really depressed since the baby. I thought, so you think a kick is going to shake her out of it? Can you imagine? I mean, here was a girl who was trying to get help so that she could cope, who's experiencing biochemical offness and trying to get it corrected. And so you can imagine that I helped them to see that the best approach would be one of loving kindness. So I'll tell you what I do, because I too can be tempted in this way. I can certainly be tempted in this way, and I don't like it when I say to myself. It breaks my heart because it's not good enough, you know? So I think about how I handle this. Now let me tell you, I have two strategies. Number one, the only way I can do it, not judge, is to view everybody as a little boy or a little girl. God views everybody as a child. When you go to heaven, when you die and you're with God, you're going to feel like a child in a good way, perfectly safe, totally loved. So that's our one strategy. The other thing we do, when someone is sinful or sins against us, try to make a case for them in mercy. Make a case for them. And I was trying to help a mother do this one time, and she had a family member who was really behaving badly. And it was difficult for her because she was so angry, and it was so hard for her to view him with mercy. And I said, just try really hard to view him as a little boy. Try hard to view him as a little boy. And she was Italian from Italy, and she said, yes, that's the answer. He is just a boy. He is just a bad, bad boy. She got it half right. But even half right is pretty good, because it's the difference. You know, a bad, bad boy is someone you can love. Isn't it true? When you have a bad, bad boy and you're a parent, you think, he's tired, he's crabby, he's hungry, he's dealing with a disability, whatever it is, you know, you excuse him. So she was making progress. But the Lord wants us to view others with compassion.